As readers of poetry, we ask questions to help us make connections to a poem and understand it better. We use what we already know or have experienced to help answer our questions. For example, some questions I might ask myself when I'm reading poems are, what does it mean? How does this make me feel? Or what connections can I make to my own experiences? Before we get any further in this lesson, I want you to stop the video and get yourself something to write on and something to write with. So whether that's a sheet of paper and a pencil, or even if you want to write in Notability, you will be stopping and jotting today and then submitting your work. So make sure you have something to write your thoughts down. Today, we are going to read 2 poems from the text Dear Mother, Dear Daughter. This collection of poems is very unique because it is a series of poems written back and forth between a mother and a daughter, responding to the same issue or topic. The first poems we are going to read today are about a mother and a daughter's views on homework. As we read, we are going to ask questions that help us connect to and think more deeply about the poems. Take a moment to read these questions. These are some questions to keep in mind as we read our poems today. Our first poem is called Homework. And notice at the top it says, Dear Mother. So this is coming from the daughter. She's writing a note to her mom. You just don't see. Reminding me won't get my homework done. So I asked myself, can I relate to this? And I can, because although my mom didn't constantly remind me about my homework, my grandma was always checking up on me. It drove me crazy. I didn't like being told what to do, and in fact, I still don't. Let's keep reading. Let me watch one show, then to work I'll go. Won't you let me have some fun? The book's been read, the report's in my head, all I have to do is write. So I just don't see why you keep bugging me. No, I won't be up all night. Now that I've read the poem, I ask myself several things about it. How does the poem make me feel? How does the daughter in the poem feel? And can I connect to this poem through my own experience? So take a moment, because it's your turn. Pause the video and jot down the answers to one or all of these questions. How does the poem make you feel? How do you think the daughter feels? And can you connect to this poem? Now I'm going to read the next poem called Homework Police. And notice this says Dear Daughter, so it's coming from the mom. I just don't see why I have to be the homework cop each night. If you planned ahead, had things written, had things read, we wouldn't be having this fight. I'm going to stop here and think, how can I relate to this? What does this make me think about? I can imagine how the mother feels, having to police her daughter. She feels that if her daughter did what she was supposed to, she wouldn't have to constantly check on her progress. Let's keep reading. But instead you wait till it's too late and our tempers are raw and rough. Still, if I can't seize being homework police, by golly, I am going to get tough. Tuck her up, lock her up, cancel all calls, TV off, movies off, no more malls. Homework police, have siren will blow. Now that I've read this second poem, I ask more questions. How does this poem make me feel? How does the mother in this poem feel? Can I make any connections with my own experience? Now it's your turn again. Pause the video and jot down an answer to one or all of these questions. How does the poem make you feel? How does the mother feel in the poem? And what connections can you make? Now let's think about 2 larger questions. What do these poems mean? And what is the author trying to say here? Pause the video and take a few moments to write down your thoughts. What do you think this poem means? And lastly, what is the author saying? Readers ask themselves different types of questions as they read. Asking ourselves questions as we read helps us connect to the poem and the writer, as well as understand the meaning of the poem. Now it's your turn. You will read another set of poems on your own and answer questions while you read. You will be reading Too Old, and then the poem called Never Too Old. While you're reading, jot down your answers to these questions for each poem. Think about, how does this poem make me feel? How does the daughter in the poem feel? Or how does the mother in the poem feel? And lastly, what connections can I make to this poem?